Perfect.
Oh, what is going on, you dead set legends? Welcome to an exclusive. This is the first time ever this megastar has come on the podcast. Welcome to the Ready Bang, the #1 arm wrestling interactive podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and of course, I am your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo, third place amateur. This is something that my guests can only dream of winning.
Maybe
Most sought after trophy in the arm wrestling world. But we do have an exclusive. We are very lucky today. One of the busiest men going around. I can call you a man now after I found something out before we went live. But I'll tell you, this guy, if you are not subscribed to his YouTube channel, you are missing out. We're going to talk about that. He's made me giggle probably more than I should have. He is an absolute superstar. He is the smash hit. He is the all-star. He is the audacious one. You might know him as Devon's son, but I know him as Auden Larratt. Auden, welcome to the show, my man.
Thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
No, I was up and about. I've been watching your journey. You've been getting very heavy into the arm wrestling world, like not just because of who your dad is. You're like taking this shit seriously. You're bringing it into high schools and like your high school and other high schools. So I'm like, man, and then just watching some of your videos, I'm like, this is my kind of guy. That is for sure. So really appreciate your time coming on the show. We'll get to the comments section in a moment because, mate, everyone is up and about, including Spermy's ass is creamy. He's like, welcome, Auden. Jack reckons you are top 2 unofficial. There's the unofficial there because we've got a poll going. If you will eclipse your dad, I voted yes. Those that have been watching the show, we're looking for our next megastar because as strong as your dad is, we need another star. We need another star. And I reckon it's you. So let's get into it, mate. Let's give people some of your stats. How old are you?
Okay, I'm 18 years old. Yeah, I just turned 18 in January.
Yeah, which is good. No, it's all right. Are you taller than your dad yet?
No, not quite. I like to spread a little bit of misinformation online and just kind of
that's why you're my guy.
But so I'm gonna say I'm 6'8", but that's no. I'm like about 6'3" or so, somewhere around there.
6'8", genuine monster, and you're around the 190 pounds.
So I walk around like 185, but I can cut down a lot if I just don't eat and like for like the morning, and then I'll be like under 180, no problem. But yeah, somewhere around there.
So there you go. And he's had super matches. He's had tournaments. Recently was at the Picton farm. One thing I want to know, when was Auden's moment? Clearly, since you were born, arm wrestling's been around the family. We all know your dad is. Your mum's a beast on the table. Also as a corner person, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But when was your moment that you went, right, I'm going to have a fair crack at this?
Yeah, so I've always loved arm wrestling, and I've competed my entire life. There's videos of me doing tournaments when I'm like 2 and like 3. So really, it's been forever, but I only got serious about it less than a year ago, honestly. Yeah. I've trained for it before. I've gone to practices multiple times, but I got super serious after I injured my shoulder on my left. I injured my shoulder whitewater rafting. I fell out of the raft and ripped me around and opened me up so bad it ripped my shoulder out. So and then it just kept coming out over and over again. During that, I was fighting. I was actually doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and once my shoulder was all messed up, I had to stop. So I couldn't really do anything other than train my right arm. So I'm like, might as well train for arm wrestling. And then I really fell in love with it after that. I started going like multiple times a week to train. And so that I'd say that was around the end or middle of summer. So like mid-July, maybe end of July, somewhere in there. when I really started last year.
Oh, mate, it was, it's brilliant after getting more and more. Because one video, I don't know how I came across it, but the video that got me, and I was like, right, I'm keeping an eye on it. Because, like, I've followed siblings of champions before, and they're just, oh, I'm such and such son, and they don't put in any effort with me. Your cycling video got me. If you haven't seen it, it's a very serious Auden. He's like, guys, I'm cycling. And then as the video's going on, I'm like, yes, I know exactly where this is. And to the point where I was going to be disappointed if you weren't on a bike going nuts and things like that. So, yeah, obviously been in the game for a while. So from competing at like a young age, when was it more your choice to compete than more, I'm at dad's at an arm wrestling or mum's at an arm wrestling tournament, so I'm going to arm wrestle? When was it like, I'm coming for you and I'm coming for you? What age was that about?
Honestly, I don't really remember a time when it wasn't like really trying to beat somebody and like just destroy everybody. Like I remember when I was younger, I'd be like, I had a couple people that were around my age, kind of coming up with me, who were also like kids of arm wrestlers, and I'd check if they were going, and I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this guy, and I wouldn't always. I'd win most of my tournaments, like the really young ones, but there was a couple people that would kind of go back and forth with me, so that really kept me just in love with the sport, always at a young age, even.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because like when, well, it's not even in high school here in Australia, but when I think, you're going in there and I was like, oh, yeah, he's had a high school tournament. Oh, yeah, he's cool. He's pulling at this Picton thing. And then when I had a look and I was like, he didn't win everything. Oh, awesome. Awesome. So then there's other young people as well that are hanging and banging with you. So that's cool. This guy, Even Gaze Prudix Triceps. So it was cool watching you pull on Saturday, Auden. I was cheering you on, even though I was Alex's cameraman. There you go. He's all
Alex is very impressive. Alex is very, very strong. I think he right now is very likely the best in Canada for a kid. Very, very likely. He's like at almost any weight. There's a couple people that are much bigger than him, but man, he's strong and he's good. He's really good at arm wrestling. So
we'll definitely talk about the Picton thing at the moment. Also, I just want to go through all the objects in your house. I was watching a video, it might have been 2 weeks ago. You Kings moved your piano. I thought that was brilliant. If you go check it out, it's training. What is it? The Quest for SSS. That video. Yeah. So someone drops that in the comment section. The Quest for SSS. And then when it comes to stamina, you Kings moved your cat.
Yep.
And then it was biscuits off the table. I thought, this is my guy. And then when you did the piano, I was like, brilliant. Yeah. It was brilliant. What's been because your YouTube channel is growing. What are we at? 21, 22
I think
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting a lot of anything really toxic because of who you are? Because everything I see, I don't read too much of the comments, but everything I see is, Auden, awesome. How cool's this?
Yeah. So I'd say it's so positive, and I'm so thankful for that. Like the fan base of arm wrestling is just so supportive of everything I do and my progression throughout arm wrestling. But of course, there's the odd couple people who will be negative and who'll text me on Instagram or whatever, just saying how they can kick the shit out of me and how I'm nothing or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. But there's a couple of them. But yeah.
See, I find that interesting because like. February, you said you just turned 18. Was that right? February?
Oh, January.
Sorry, mate. January is your birthday. So anyone that messaged you last year saying that they were going to kick the shit out of you was like bullying a minor. Like,
basically, yeah.
You wankers. And plus the dude's always smiling. Like, that's cool. Love his dad, don't love his dad, whatever. But like, yeah, Auden's his own man. Like, the dude's funny as hell, and everyone's in there. Couple of quick questions, then we'll roll on. Captain Obvious wants to know if you get to travel to East versus West.
I don't have any plans to travel to East versus West yet, but at one point I would love to go. I would love to go check out Istanbul and just be there to watch the event. But no, I'm not planning on anything so far. Nothing's like cemented yet.
And just remember, guys, he's still a senior in high school. Dude's got classes, he's got homework, and things like that. The dangerous one, Dangerous Dan, wants to know what your ambition is.
My ambition is to beat Ryan Blue Bowen. No, I don't know.
Which is ironic because Devils wrote, "Can you ask him if he's interested in the Paul Ryan Bowen in super match?"
Yeah, my ambition in arm wrestling is just take it as far as I can. Thing is, I love the sport. Like, people can say whatever they want, being like, oh, he's just doing it because parents say it. I really love arm wrestling. I have so much fun training and competing and everything I do in arm wrestling that I'm just having so much fun with it right now that I'm just gonna see how good I can get and keep training.
Well, that's been like when I was watching. That's what I was asking when your moment was, because like when I was watching like some of your training people and like you pulling like John Milne and cool people like that, I was like, oh yeah, dude loves it. Like, yeah, he wants it. He wants it bad. Like, this isn't. It's now gone. Oh, this is what my dad does too. This is my thing. This is like, here I am. I'm the audacious one. I'm the all-star. Here we go. I'm up and about. What I'm not up and about high school tournament. You dominate the left arm. You dominate the right arm. The overalls, mate. Why was there not a dispute? You buried his hand on the pin pad.
Oh well. I mean, so there's a bit of backstory to that match. Actually, that guy who I had the match with, that he ended up beating me. I'm actually really good buddies with him. He goes to school with me. I've known him forever. We've grown up together. He has always been stronger than me my entire life until very recently, and I've just started passing him in arm wrestling, and so I knew going into it that he couldn't stop my hit inside. We tested it multiple times. So he knew that as well. So he was being very smart, and he fouled all the way off the back of the pad to catch the hit because he's like, otherwise I'm just losing. And he bounced off the table, went back up, and there was no call. And he's like, all right, I guess we're doing this. And he's a big, strong guy. So I got to give it to him. He outworked me after that, and he beat me, but oh well.
So he outworked you after you pinned him.
After I pinned him, and he fouled.
Yeah, I'd outwork anyone as well. After that was the one thing watching some of your tournament highlights was it wasn't just it's an arm wrestling tournament, so Auden can arm wrestle. Like the camaraderie, and it happens in all over arm wrestling. But I was like, oh, okay, you got your mates that are trying it because they're your mates. Then there's dudes that are strong. And then there's the guys like the guy in the final that like really want to get like a training for it, and it shows. So I thought the tournament was really cool.
Yeah, no, it was super awesome. Of course, I'm very selfish. It really was like the reason I set it up was for me to beat people up in the tournament because that's what I wanted to do. But
that's right.
But yeah, it's so cool to have arm wrestling in schools now, and I think it should continue now that we've got it going. Like, my sister's still going to school, so we get the club running again, and we'll keep it going. But yeah, it's really just so awesome to have it more recognizable as a sport through high schools and all these different areas.
Well, one guy wants to know about a upcoming super match in math class. We've got what's going on with the upcoming cheeseburger super match in math.
Yeah, so this is my buddy. He goes to school with me as well, Jack Sonahara.
There you go, Jack. Thanks for tuning in, my man.
He started out being one of the worst arm wrestlers in the school, but he loved it. And the more he's trained, and he started training, and now he's kind of okay. He's kind of okay at arm wrestling, so it's funny to watch him progress. But yeah, I'm gonna destroy you, Jack. Crush you.
Yeah, Jack. You know what, Jack? Unsubscribe to my channel if you think you have any chance, Jack, of beating my man. Get out of my chat. No, awesome, Jack. We got Matt Rhodes in the chat. He runs King of the Table. Future King of the Table athlete here.
Hopefully, that will be fun. Engen, reach out to me. Not really. Not yet. I'm not ready. But
don't worry about Engen. Come the King of the Table. Come the King of the Table. That's where I'm at.
Table as well. Yeah.
That's where Matt Rhodes. You know, we'll go there. We'll go there. Hey, everyone in the chat, drop opponents' names for Auden. Drop some names, and let's see. Let's be a bit realistic as well. Come on now. Let's not. Once the Ryan Bowens and Levan's comments happen, it'll be good. We got a super chat here. Where did that one go? Here's a fun question. Auden, you going to make your own zip hoodie famous? If so, what color?
What color? I don't know. I know it's probably boring, but I like green as well. I like the green hoodies. They're pretty cool, but I'd probably wear some green hoodies. Yeah, the green as well.
Your hoodie
keep it going.
Should have a picture. Your hoodie should have a picture of your dad wearing a hoodie.
That's a good idea. That's really good. No, I like that.
That's what I have. And then it just shows that you wear a better. Sperby's ass is creamy. Thank you very much, mate. He says, Auden, can you take on your older brother on the table, or does he have an edge? You're a great young man.
So, actually, this weekend, this Saturday, me and my brother are going to have a super match because we're very close. So he's very likely got me left, but right will be very interesting. He's got like 25 pounds of me, I think, maybe about 20 pounds. He's over me. He's over me by a lot, but he doesn't train nearly as hard as I do. So it might be an interesting match. We're going to be posting it sometime this Saturday, either going live or posting it afterwards, but I think I can beat him. I think I can beat him right. I've done it before, but in the super match, it's a little bit different with refs and legit ready goes. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Is it just going to be like at your house? Is there a tournament?
No, it's just my house. My dad's going to ref it, and we'll have it like legit super match with times and properly refed, everything like that.
Mm-hmm. The irony of your dad reffing. The irony, hey? Hey, but no, if you are going to put it live, let me know. I'll set the alarm. I'll watch it. I'll get the gang together. We might have a watch party or something like that. But thank you very much, J.R. Williams. Just quickly going through anything else before we get back to it. Mm-hmm. The faster, where'd that one go, Irving? The faster Auden establishes himself and build his own image, the better off he'll be. It's tough always being compared to your parent or brother. I think Auden's his own person already. Just go spend an hour and watch. That's why I've got him on the show. Like, for me, this is Auden. This isn't Devon's son. Like, I've got Auden on the show. That's where I think it's going to be. Picton arm wrestling, mate. Picton arm wrestling. There was a farm tournament there. You did well. Second on one arm, third on the other arm. Mm-hmm. How? Like, first of all, we'll talk about Picton, but how often do you want to pull? Do you want to have tournaments and super matches? How often?
It all depends. For me, there's no exact amount of time. It's just what the tournament or match is will really influence my opinion on whether or not I want to do it. I wouldn't do like a tournament like back to back 2 weekends in a row, but like I'm going to be at provincials this, I think it's in the middle of May. So I'll be in that one. So that's in about a month. So really a month break is nice. That's all I really need. Like I can train like 4 weeks and then take the 1 week off before and be ready for that. So really, like once a month's fine for me. It works for me pretty well.
And I think provincials are the same day as East versus West.
No, they're not. Not for not for where I am. No. East versus West is May 6th, I believe, and then provincials is May 13th. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, fairly okay. Brilliant. Yeah, because I was like, because I know Uncle John, which you'll be on his show this week as well. Uncle John's awesome. He's like, oh, I can't watch East versus West because my wife's going to provincials or going to something that's on May 6th. So That's going to be cool. Yeah, the Picton arm wrestling tournament, mate. What were some standouts from there?
So that was really awesome. That was a really cool tournament. On my left's not that great, so I didn't really expect to do anything, which was really surprising. I got third in it. So I got third in adults as well. I got like really lucky bracket for that one. I just got nice matches all the way up and got a couple buys and just kind of slipped my way into third. I wasn't the third best there for adults on my left, but I got put there, so I was happy.
So
And
a couple of buys. Sorry, a couple of buys. Did people not turn up, or were they just too beat up from their previous battle?
no, I just had like there was just the right amount of people where I didn't have a match on the A side, so I was the only person who just got a free pass through to the next round. Like I think one time, I'm fairly certain I got it, or maybe I just counted wrong. I'm not sure. But so for the kids tournament, my left I managed to get third and beat one guy who I actually lost to in provincials, so I was happy that I beat him. But the number 1 and 2 guy, I couldn't touch him on my left, and then on my right, I managed to beat the guy who was more than 80 pounds heavier than me, and that was a big win. That was a really big win for me. He is very, very good. His name's Baby Bear.
Baby Bear, that's it. I was trying to remember his name. I was watching it because he beat you. He put you on the B side, and then you got that.
No, not right. On left, he beat me both times. He beat me on A and on B. Left, he just toyed with me. It was nothing. But on the right, I met him on B side after Alexander had beat both me and Baby Bear, and I just hooked right through him. I kind of faked going high, and then I just took everything and just flashed him basically. And that actually won me match of the night just because nobody thought I was going to beat him, and I did. So everybody kind of went crazy. It was fun.
But yeah, it was a good match, mate. This Alex guy, like, what's the where would you feel how much levels are different? Because he looked fantastic.
He is fantastic. He is the strongest kid I've ever felt, without a doubt. Like, absolutely nobody even close to him. He's so good in his hand and his arm, and everything he has is just so strong. And he's a very smart arm wrestler. So everything about him, I just have to say, is just amazing. Like I got nothing bad to say about the guy. He's a super cool guy as well. Like I hung out with him the entire day afterwards, and he was just super positive and just clearly loved arm wrestling. So it's great to have a guy like that be really, really good as well.
How old is he?
He's same age as me. He's 17, but he's turning 18 in a couple weeks. So he's right there, same age as me.
Jesus, 17. He looked 35. I thought he was bloody. Right. I thought he was unfairly beating you up. So, being a high school champion and things like that, is there plans to have multiple high schools all meet up and have a state championships? Because I mean, the one thing I love about North American sports is all of that high school, college. It's massive over there. So is there progression happening this year? Will you all meet somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the high school tournament had 13 schools in it that were all there. So everybody there was within one of the 13 schools. But the plan is to get it like officially recognized so that it can go to our like sports association, and they'll run it every year. They'll have like provincials, they'll have nationals, and like they'll keep having levels to it. Because this one was just like as many schools we could grab, we put them all in one tournament. But we're hoping to get more structure to it and more like official recognition.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. So besides putting the stomp on Milo this weekend, are there any and you go on to provisionals, but are there any super matches? Anyone you just really want to, say, hey, besides Cheeseburger Eddie in the comments, like someone like, oh, I reckon by September, or give me Christmas, and I'm coming after that guy.
I'm not sure. There's a couple people that I'd like to meet in tournament, but there's nobody really specifically that I'm like, oh, I want to take this guy down. I think he's my level. Like, I'd love to beat Alex, but I'm not there yet. I need more time to get that level, and I don't know how long that'll take. But no, there's nobody I can think of where it's like I really want to beat that person right now. And there's a couple guys from my club that I will be having super matches with at some point because we're close. We're training partners, and it's just all fun. But but nobody I'm actually calling out. Not yet, at least.
Nah. Is there a dream match where you're like, oh, hey, it'd be cool, say in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, if the progression goes well, oh, that would be a cool super match to have?
Huh. I'm not 100% sure. Really, any match with either King of the Table or East vs West, where it's for an official title, any of those matches would be super cool. I mean, that's the goal. That's where I'm trying to get eventually. But
yeah, oh man,
I don't know. I mean, nothing really that I have planned. Nope.
No. So it's inevitable. We'll have a bit of a chat about your dad. One thing I want to know is it just, I mean, people would beg and plead to have your dad in their corner.
Mm-hmm.
For you, when your dad gives you advice, do you just roll your eyes and like, oh, Dad, shut up. Like, leave me alone. Let me do my own thing?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. When he gives me advice, I very much tend to listen to it because, of course, he's the expert in the room. Like, he's exponentially better at arm wrestling than I am, and he's been around in the arm wrestling scene forever.
Stop lying.
So, yeah, no, I always listen to him whenever I can when it comes to things like that because most of the time he's right, and he's helped me win a bunch of matches I wouldn't have otherwise. So, absolutely, I listen to everything he says.
Okay, and does it bother you at all when you turn up to a tournament and you're there to put the stomp on kids, you're there the one competing, but a lot of the focus is towards your dad?
I don't really mind it so much. I'm honestly used to it. Like, whenever I go anywhere with them, the eyes are on him, and I don't mind it. Like, I think it's cool to have a dad like that people look up to. And I just see it like that. I don't see it like taking anything away from me. I just see it adding in general because I wouldn't be where I was if not for having him as a dad anyway. So I just appreciate the attention I do get and the support I do get, and I don't try to look at it too negatively.
This sounds like that your dad's on the other side of the camera and he's raising his fist. Oh, you better say something good to me, young man. You better say something good.
Yeah, you can go now. You can go now.
Yeah. Western Kentucky Arm Wrestling in the house. He says, I'd absolutely love to pull with that young man. Auden is an inspiration for a lot of teens, my son Auden included. Thank you. There you go. How does comment, like, because you're coming into that phase, mate. The YouTube channel's growing. You're pulling. I mean, you're in Cancun not that long ago. You're going to be more vocal. We're going to see you at more tournaments, and it won't be long where people will see that you're a draw. And hey, do you want to come to this country and we'll pay for you here and this, that, and the other. So what does it feel like? When my man Benny Boy drops comments like this.
I really like it. I like to see that what I do inspires people to be better versions of themselves. Like, what I do is very minimal. It's just what I love to do anyway. Like, I would do it even if nobody was watching. So I'm just glad that I can help people like find what they love and find their passion as well while doing something that also benefits me in the same time.
Jeez, nice spoken. Young man, look at him go here. This is why the Aussie gets the exclusive. Zach Attack, thank you very much for the super chat. Says, what's up, Jake and the Prodigy? I want to tell you, I love how you embrace your dad's shadow. Don't ever think of his shadow as bad. Alex, better enjoy that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I try my best.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, your dad's thumb's in the chat. There you go. What's going on, fellas? Man, that's it. That's how it goes there. Actually, I want to go back to the high school tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking this question basically from when I was in high school. Once you in front of, I don't know, there looked like 100, 150 people there. How many extra phone numbers did you get in your phone that day? Hey, after dominating, was there a couple of Auden's very strong, like that, and then did you just like leave your phone on the table and just go, just put it in there, I'll call you later?
Of course I did. Of course I did. But the cool thing is that back at my school, they were actually live streaming it. So all like the teachers had it up on the screens and they were just watching me and my friends compete. So I was getting stopped in the halls like a couple days after, like, oh, I saw you in the live stream and it's so awesome. And so that was really cool. But yeah, of course, everybody's hitting me up. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Handsome young man, 6'8". Why wouldn't you want a YouTube
Yeah.
sensation? 6'8", 320
Yeah.
20 pounds. Now
370 actually, yeah.
370.
Mhm.
Your dad gets so much love, rightly so. But with love, there comes hate. Does it just frustrate you and you just want to fill the internet full of uppercuts when people come for your dad? Or do you guys just sit there as a family and just laugh at all these people just like killing themselves to try and, oh, your dad's scared of this and your dad's scared of that? What does the Larratt family do with all of these silly videos and comments?
I personally find it hilarious when people are commenting, like, just hating on people. I think it's like me and my family. I think it's so funny. And they'll go in length and they'll think about it so much. And you can see that they put a lot of time into the responses. And it's like, we're really occupying this much like space in your head. And you're willing to just watch everything we do just to hate us. And it's so crazy to me that people are really like that. And they're willing to just hate people. Like, just stop watching us if you don't like it. It's so simple.
This is brilliant. I feel like we're becoming best friends. This is just music to my ears. Like the famous story goes, and my audience have said, it's like when they attack my channel, I'm like, dude, like I watched my wife battle cancer for 18 months. Like nothing you say in the comments, no video you make is going to hit me up at all. Like I'm happy all the time. Yeah. Like so, yeah. When I come have dinner at your guys' house, we'll get all the fun comments together, and we'll have a bit of fun.
Sounds amazing. Fun
with that. Santiago wants to know. He goes, Auden, is your friend Reese still stronger than you?
I'm gonna go with no. No, he's not stronger than me in arm wrestling. In everything else, absolutely. He's a power lifter. He bench press. He does all these different lifts, and he just would demolish me in all of those. But when it comes to arm wrestling, no, he's not better than me. Him winning was kind of a fluke. In almost every time we pull, I can just hold him. Like he doesn't really beat me, but he is a very strong guy though. He's very strong. I'm just much more technical about arm wrestling than he is.
So chat, I'll re-clip this. I'll put the subtitles in. What Auden is saying is Reese is a bitch.
Absolutely. Yeah, Reese, you're a bitch.
You can say that on this show. Reese, you are a bitch.
Absolutely.
Your dad's forearms in the chat. Says, sorry, I'm late. Hello, Jake. Hello, Auden. So cool to see you on here. Huge fan of your dad and you. What's it like having fans, mate? 18 years old, started now, and now you got fans. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's so crazy. I remember when I started up my channel, I didn't think much would happen. I'm like, oh, I'll just post a couple things. And it was more for me just to see my growth. I was just going to post like videos of my weights and me working out and stuff. And then I actually started to progress in subs and views and stuff. And I'm like, this is pretty awesome. And every time I get a supportive comment and everybody texts me on Instagram saying how much they love my stuff, it really makes me feel good about the stuff I do and gives me the validation that I appreciate. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like you'd be mad not to enjoy like nice things said about you and know what you're doing. Like he's having a mark on some part of the world, which is smashing it there. Masik, thank you very much for the super chat. He comes in, he says, Auden, pursue mastery in anything you do. Take the tools your dad's given you and develop your own style and system. With passion, you'll achieve anything you want to.
Hey, thanks, Masik. I appreciate it. Yeah. My style is obviously very different than my dad's. I feel like the more I arm wrestle, the more it'll become like his because I live with him and everything he does reflects in some sort of way on me. But yeah, I appreciate it, Max. Thank you.
Well, I was watching one bit and I was like, hang on. Okay, was that put on? And then I was watching more of your matches and I was like, no, that's just a natural reflex. You got some Devonisms in you. You've got some Devonisms in you. That is a lot of this.
Yeah. No, I do
a lot
that.
of that. And the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, Dad's there, yada yada. But then you were talking, and then it just naturally happened. And I was like, oh, okay, my God, brilliant.
I'm sure I've done it even in this podcast. I'm doing it all the time. My friends actually make fun of me because sometimes I'll go like, oh, like this. And my friends just make fun of me for it. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this thing. And yeah, but I guess, I mean, people imitate their parents all the time. Whenever they have mannerisms, normally they pass them down to their kids. So yeah, what can I say?
Which is a brilliant segue. First of all, this comment makes me laugh so much that you have a school background picture. We've actually caught him at lunchtime. This is his lunch break. That's how dedicated. This is how much Auden wanted the exclusive to be on the Aussie Arm Wrestlers channel.
Exactly.
That's there. But speaking of parents is plural. Mm-hmm. You've got a dad. You're very fortunate enough to have a mother.
Mm-hmm.
What is your reaction when you watch old WAL videos and, of course, recently at East versus West? And let's call it as it is. Your mum is passionate about your dad. And rightly so. Sort of married couple. Rebecca Todd, very passionate about Michael Todd. Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler, very passionate about Mr. Aussie Arm Wrestler. But when it's your mum, like when I see your mum go to town, but then I think, oh man, if that was my mum, what do you think of all that?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give the East versus West one as an example, like the elbows down thing. Everybody's heard that now, but I don't find it annoying or anything because it served a purpose and I know why she was doing it. Like if she was just screaming for no reason and just trying to be loud, then I'd be like, oh my God, Mom, what are you doing? But she was letting the refs know that his elbow needed to be down because it did have to come down. He was lifting it, and the more she said it, the more the refs were going to get pissed off and they're like, put your fucking elbow down so it doesn't happen again. But yeah, so I didn't mind it. I thought it was very important that she did do it, and I think it actually impacted the match. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, you're such a Larratt. You're such such a Larratt. Okay, what would be worse? What is worse when people in the comments or those idiots are making videos like degrading your dad, or those idiots and everything that degrade your mum? Which one sticks in your craw a little bit more when you say, "Oh, motherfucker," like you'll get
Probably a bit more my mom, I'd say, because it's different with my dad. Like the comments that are saying, like, that are making fun of my dad, there's like, oh, he's weak, he's old, he's the terrible arm wrestler, he just has a bone lock and sits back. I find those really funny. Like they're not really like insults, they're just like, okay, whatever. Like you're just mad because he beat the guy you liked or whatever. But with my mom, like when they call her different names and stuff and say she's a bitch, it's like, okay, well, yeah, whatever. Like you're insulting my mom. Come on.
Yeah.
Those ones upset me a little bit more than the other ones.
Yeah, pull your heads in, guys. Like she's just sitting there, having a just supporting. It's not everyone's cup of tea. 100%.
No, absolutely not.
It's not everyone's cup of tea. I get it, but as a man that's passionate about his wife, and vice versa, I hope Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler's passionate, then I get it. So yeah, so I think some people just kind of forget because it's like, it's Devon's wife, so it's open slather. It's like, no, it's also this awesome dude's mum. Like, there you go. Oh, geez, Dengen is wanting to get deep. It's like, what are your plans after graduating high school?
So I got into a couple universities for a couple different things, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a gap year and really just figure everything out because if I can do arm wrestling and it can financially support me, then I without hesitation would because I love the sport so much. Like every time I'm arm wrestling, I'm just so happy. So if I can do that and make a living, I absolutely will. But I've got the universities and stuff in my back pocket as a fail safe. So if things don't go right, then I can always go to school and do my stuff. So I'm taking a gap year to really see if it's financially feasible and see if it's something I'm able and willing to do.
What were mum and dad like when you told them? Because it's much university and college and everything is much more bigger over there than it is here in Australia. We're more like really hit hard at high school. Then university will get you a thing, but it's big over there. So what were mum and dad like when you're like, gap year?
So they actually liked it. They kind of started the idea. They're like, my mom's like, you don't have to go to like university. You can take a gap year and arm wrestle and figure things out and do whatever you want. And I'm like, that's probably a good idea. I should definitely go with that. So it was heavily influenced by my parents to make that decision, actually.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, at the moment, you jump from 500 to 21,000 in a space of maybe 6 months, maybe even shorter. I mean, you've got that. Yeah, you got the stats there. You're coming on podcasts. Your videos are funny. Some of them are in the 750,000 views and things like that. And you've got the ace up your sleeve, and that's not university. So when the views are going down, just train with your dad.
Exactly.
And then bang, Oh, Dad, I need some pocket money. Oh, let's go make a video. Bang, 500,000 views,
Easy.
$200. Take your buddies out for a good weekend. It's awesome, guys. In about 10 minutes, we'll go to a bit of a Q&A. Everyone in there, but the good thing I am liking that a lot of love going to your mum. Just saying a lot of good things, which is good. And we'll roll on from there. So we're speaking about East versus West. Devon versus Can Auden. How's that going to go?
It's going to be a great match, but I think my dad's got him. I really do. I believe that he's at fully a different level. I see it. I see it in his hand. Like you can see it in videos and stuff, but just walking around, like I can see any angle I want. So let me tell you, his hand, it's actually crazy. Like when he started doing that thumb workout, like I'm like, whatever. I thought it was kind of a joke, but it legit has been working. Like it's not a joke. He actually does it all the time. So I think it's hilarious that his hand has gotten so thick, but I'd say maybe Gennady gets the first round, maybe, but I don't see him winning, and I'd say more likely he doesn't get two than he does get two. So but I'd say most likely, I think first round he's gonna hit and he's gonna flop and he's gonna be busted back and he might get a pin there. But by the time his hand's busted like that, it's basically over.
It's over. Not even close. So 3-1. 3-1's the prediction.
I would say 3-1 would be a safe prediction, I think 3-1's accurate.
So you can say it, mate. You can say it. Say 3-0.
He's going to kill him. 3-0. 3-0.
Yes! That is it there. That is brilliant. When anyone comes on the show, a new guest comes on the show, we play a game. It's called Pin One, Lose One, Get Rid of One. I'm going to give you the name of 3 pullers, and you're going to tell me which one you're going to pin, which one you're going to lose to, and which one you are saying no more arm wrestling for 12 months. They can't go on YouTube. They can't compete. They can't attend events. Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Well, it's your dad.
Uh-huh.
It's your brother Milo. And it's your mum.
All right. So, I mean, I don't want to lose to my brother. So I think I've got to pin him because I can't be the worst brother then or else what's going on there. So then I'll say lose to my dad because he's way bigger than me. So we'll go with that. And then so I guess my mom is kicked off social media and competing for a year.
Oh, so we're not going to see your mum at East versus West just yelling and making Gennadi's
Nope.
beard disintegrate. Oh, I can't believe you've just banned your mum. Oh, wow. Okay. Guys, go to town now. You can. Even Auden doesn't like his own mum. So all of that stuff he said before, oh, mum's amazing.
Yeah. It was all just lies. It was all just lies. You can clip this one part. Clip this one part right here, guys. This is all that matters.
Oh, that is hilarious. No, it was awesome. Right, I've got a few questions for you, and then we're going to open it up to everyone in the chat. Just a few quick questions. No thinking. You got to answer them. Are you a fan of super matches or tournaments?
Super matches, absolutely.
Oh, good man. Are you a fan of the King's move?
Yes, 100%.
I'm just seeing a lot of people just cringe in the comments, like, get rid of that.
People don't like what they don't understand and what beats them. So if it's so easy, why don't you do it?
How annoyed was your dad at Sap the Bee?
He was pissed off. I remember there was a time he was not happy with him. He's like, I fucking hate this guy. This guy is a mess. Nobody ever figured out who he was, right?
Whoa, bullshit. I did.
Oh, yeah? Nobody
messaged,
was that. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
Messaged your dad, and then all these fake Sap the Bees accounts happen, and then Sap the Bee just disappeared. Yep. So your dad owes me a beer.
I forgot about that. I forgot how it ended. I'm like, I guess it's been quiet. But yeah, no, that's amazing. That was so cool. How did you end up finding that guy?
So there's a video out there, but I was on a show with Ryan Bowen, and we were talking about Over the Top, and which was our huge event here. Larry came. It was last April. Larry came over and was like the biggest Australian tournament ever. And we had people from other countries coming. So we were like doing our who's going to win. And all these, and everyone was shooting the names. Oh, some guys from Kazakhstan will come. You know, Lachlan Adair's going to win a big mate, rah. And Sat the Bee says, Murray Mackay's going to win. Now, Murray hasn't pulled in years. I always have fun with Murray. He's denied that he is, right? But he, so then he mentioned it. So whenever Sat the Bee would super chat, it was in Australian dollars, and he said he was from Western Australia, which Murray's from Western Australia. And because Murray had dropped his name, because Murray wasn't in the scene for years, only one person would have brought up Murray's name, himself, and that's Murray. Yeah. So then Murray went on Facebook and he says, I'm Sap the Bee and things like that, and deleted straight away. Then proceeded, message Ryan and said, I'm not Sap the Bee. I was only joking. And then Ryan rang me, he goes, I don't think Murray Sap the Bee. And I was like, well, we'll see. And then all the fake accounts came, and then it just died down. And Murray's now like, he's a positive guy and things like that. One day I'll get Murray on the show because he's an Australian legend. But yeah, that it just all died down. I remember sending it to your dad, and your dad was like, oh, man, I've spent time with this guy. So I'm still convinced it's him. But either way, it's died down. So it is awesome. Does your Among Us t-shirt still have superpowers?
Of course it does. Yeah, that shirt is just so incredibly powerful. Like, whenever I wear it, I'm just unstoppable. Like, there's a reason I lost the Picton tournament. I couldn't find my shirt. If I would have found it, nobody would have even been close. So I try not to wear it too much. I just wear it when I need to just win whatever.
It was hilarious. I was watching your tournament, and you're doing your little in-betweens. All right, and this is where the finals happen. And then at the end of it, when you won, you're just like, and it came down to my T-shirt. It just came down to my T-shirt. I didn't even train. I didn't even do anything. I put this T-shirt on. I am the strongest. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is my guy. I'm like, serious. This is the reason why I won was my damn T-shirt. Yeah. Bang. And I was like, awesome. Is Dude Crappy still a thing?
Yeah, so I was actually talking to my buddy Theo, who was the other guy in it. We were thinking about making another one. We're like, that would be so funny if we come back like 5 years later and make a Dude Copy Part 3. Because back in the day when we were making them, we made a third one, but we never released it. We never actually, like, we didn't finish all the editing, but we have the footage somewhere. We have it all already recorded, and it was the worst one yet. It was so bad. It was like, by the end we were all covered in ketchup and like pretending we got shot and stuff. It was a mess, but it was I think at some point I will do a Dude Crappy Part 3 and make one more with my buddy.
Yeah, so if you don't know, you go to the very early videos on Auden's channel, and him and his buddy were doing Dude Perfect parodies, which I love. Dude Perfect, I think those guys are great.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Yeah, so he did some parodies there. So go check that out. What's the next animal you're going to dress up as and run in the snow?
So I'm thinking maybe a gazelle, but that'll be match dependent. So I was a cheetah for the high school tournament because I was going in, I was fast and I was ready to beat people. But gazelles can run. They can run from anybody. So if I'm trying to kings move somebody, I think I need to be a gazelle because I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run away and just don't hold on to anything. So most likely gazelle next.
Brilliant. And last question, then we're going to open it up to the people. Would you rather be the lead actor in an Oscar-winning film or avenge your dad's loss to Levon?
Yeah, it's not even a question. Beat Levon, easy.
Really?
Easy.
Okay.
Because yeah, I mean, are we talking current day Levon or like way later Levon when he's done arm wrestling and all beat up?
No, look, the Levon that beat your dad.
Then yes, that one without a doubt. Oscar-winning film. I mean, it's cool, but arm wrestling's the thing I love. So that one without a doubt.
Okay, because you know you've been a part of child acting. Your mum does acting and things.
I still do acting. I still act.
Yeah.
This is my acting room. I've got the lights in the backdrop, so I do self tapes here and stuff, and occasional commercials and voice stuff every once in a while.
So some commercials have you done?
I'm sure some people could find some clips of me and different things, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
What are a couple of them? Like, are you doing toothpaste, hemorrhoid cream?
I was actually just in the new Pet Sematary movie that's coming out soon. They're making the sequel to it, but I play the bad guy when he was younger. So there's a couple scenes with me in it, and it's kind of fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think this is my first Hollywood actor on the show. It's brilliant. Because I knew you liked acting and you got it in there. Guys, we'll probably go for about another 5 or 10 minutes. So if you've got some questions or anything, drop them in because as you can see, the guy's a superstar. Absolutely. I'm sure if you subscribe to my channel, you're probably already subscribed to Auden's channel because he's there. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to believe. He apparently loves his mum, but he's just banned her from arm wrestling. So I don't know. He's very conniving. There we go. Nah, so it's hilarious. But yeah, obviously go check him out. Yeah, and he's a character as well for only 18 years old. That's why I got him first. This is going to be the next megastar of the arm wrestling and the YouTube world. All righty. What are some of the questions? Performance enhancing pancakes says, does Auden know about the secret method?
I don't know exactly what he's referring to by the secret method, but I know a couple secret methods like thumb training, for example. Very, very secretive. There's secret thumb trainings that are hidden that nobody knows about, but they're very, very impressive. So if you look through videos, maybe you'll see in the background some certain setups, but I'm going to go with that's a secret method. So yes, I do know.
There you go. Is it like, does your dad really understand? I was having a chat with him in Ireland in January. Does he really grasp how influential he is? Like, he almost gave the arm wrestling world diabetes when he was training for Levon because he's just like, pancakes. Yeah. Eat pancakes. I'm just eating pancakes. And then, of course, people just not really understand. He just went and ate pancakes all the time and just got fat and diabetes. Like, does he, and now the thumb training, like I've seen the videos, obviously, like you were mentioning before, it is ridiculous. Like, it's as big as my quad. Does he really understand the influence that he's having?
I think sometimes he doesn't. I think often he underestimates the length people will go off stuff he says and what they will believe. But at the end of the day, I mean, if they do grow their thumb, not the end of the world. The pancake one is a bit more worrying because diabetes isn't something you exactly want, but
like everyone was like, oh, because I remember even going to my training and everyone's like, oh yeah, like I'll be talking to them, they're like, oh, I've started having pancakes every morning for breakfast. And I was like,
man.
I'm like, dude, like, you know, like it's not one, it's not really that, and two, like you know, Devon's like lean, mean fighting machine and all that jazz. Like, there's just more to that. Oh, I'm like, come on now.
The funny thing is he actually kind of was eating so many pancakes, but it was a special kind of pancakes. It was super high in protein. It wasn't just your average sugary pancakes. They were quite good for him as well. But yeah.
There you go. Can you beat Jamie Barrett?
Jamie Barrett. I'm actually not sure who that is. Is that
He's an Australian guy, 18 years old. Wants to be number one in the world. So he's been hanging and banging. So sorry, Drew, he doesn't know who Jamie is.
No, I'm not sure. I'll make sure to look him up after this. But I'd love to try. Do you know his weight or like anything like that?
He usually pulls in under 80 kilos. He sits around. Okay. Well, he's beefed up. I reckon he'd be around 80 kilos. So what's that?
Yeah, similar to me. Yeah. No, 80 kilos. I think is about 180. But yeah, it's very similar to me. Very similar.
Maybe I'll message Ryan, Matt, and Dave and see if we can get you versus Jamie at AWE in July. We'll get you over here to Australia for a super match. That would be cool.
That would be cool. I haven't seen how good he is though. He might be a lot better than me if he's like one of the best in Australia for kids. But who knows?
Yeah, free trip to Australia, mate. Australia's beautiful.
I would take it though. I take it.
Auden, are you going to get bee stings like your dad? See this it proves my point. Your dad makes a video and lets bees sting him. So I can't imagine how many people are out there rolling around in gardens trying to find bees to sting him.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually really interesting science about bee stings. Don't just go sting yourself by a bee a bunch of times, but there is interesting healing properties and inflammation-related stuff. So it's definitely something I would look into. But at my age, I don't really think I need it. Like, my body works very well right now. I heal quite well. But as I get older and my joints get all messed up, maybe I'd think about it.
Bloody young people and your awesome tendons and your recovery. Oh, to be that age again. Joe wants to know how many days a week do you train? And do you only train arm wrestling?
So I train like when I'm actually arm wrestling with people 2 times a week officially, but I'm arm wrestling every single day, like all the time. Like, I have a couple friends at school who are close to me and like to train arm wrestling as well. So we're always pulling at the calf and the big long tables. We'll line up and we'll have practices. But I lift weights for arm wrestling also every single day, multiple times a day sometimes, but I train my whole body as well. I don't just train arm wrestling. I do some stuff in school. I've got fitness class right now, so I'm doing multiple different kinds of working out. But yeah, no, you can't just train arm wrestling at my age. You gotta even it out a little bit, or else you're gonna be all messed up by the time you're like 20. So you gotta even it out. Mm-hmm.
So my thing would be like, your last name is only 7 letters, right? It's only 7 letters. But apparently it's one of the most difficult last names to ever pronounce. Yeah. Like, how much does it bother you at all? Have you heard some like really far left, like ridiculous ones? What's some of the worst ones? I asked your dad this 2 months ago. What are some of the worst ones you've heard?
So I've heard like Larratt and just one of them was like just Larry, like Auden Larratt out of Picton. Like,
the T's are silent.
But yeah, people messing them up all the time. Some people are like Larratt. It is Larratt. It's not Larratt, but some people pronounce it different. At the end of the day, say it however you want. People know what you mean. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but it's not like you're French or Georgian or from Kazakhstan or something like that. It's I found it hilarious. Gabriel wants to know, is Auden ready to get checkmated?
Man, Gabriel, I'm going to destroy you in chess. I'm going to destroy you. So me and Gabriel are going to do a podcast at some point where we're playing chess and stuff. And I actually play a lot of chess. So he's got no chance against me. None.
Well, that answers dangerous. This question is Auden going down the shit talking tactic.
Of course I am.
Absolutely dangerous. He introduced himself as 6'8". It was hilarious. Like, this is going to be amazing. And if you go watch I think it's the high school tournament, you're refs. He's on my thumb. He's on my thumb. He's on my thumb. He doesn't mess about. No. Devon's forearm says, I hope you stick with arm wrestling and climb the ranks like your father. Your future is so bright. He's taking a gap year. It's going to be mega the way he's going about it. Any last questions, guys? Because we've hit the hour mark. I think Beer Man's going live very soon, so we don't want to run over that time. Let's have a quick look. The Bionic one says 80 kilos. He's 176 pounds. What else have we got? Devon's left arm says, I think Auden takes Jamie if he has time to prep. There we go. Auden's going to use rattlesnakes instead of bees to sting him, which is cool. Kid's going to be a star, which is awesome. Is there one thing that your dad does that you're like, oh, I'm never doing that? Like whether it's his love of sushi or constantly berating the refs or things like that, or are you just like, yeah, I am my dad's son?
I think in a lot of ways, of course, I'm my dad's son. There's the occasional stuff that he does where I'm like, oh, I wouldn't go that far. Like in some trash talks and stuff, I'm like, oh, maybe that's pushing it a bit. But yeah, everything he does, I see why he does it, and I think everything he does, most of the things is pretty cool. But there's the occasional thing where he takes trash talk too far. I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. But that's about it.
Do you see arm wrestling becoming a mainstream sport in the future?
Yes. At the rate it's growing right now, absolutely I do. Like arm wrestling in the last couple of years, I think during COVID, it exploded because people just long for the physical connection and just training strength where it's hard to get a whole team together. Like it's hard to play a basketball game or a hockey game if people aren't allowed to like hang out and do anything like that. But arm wrestling, all you need is a family member or one friend, and you can have a great workout and a great time. So I'd say absolutely yes. I think it's going mainstream.
Beautiful. What a way. And I reckon we'll end that there because I believe Evan Burgoyne's going to go live soon. But get over. Hey, everyone knows, look at him. He's a star. He's a future star. That's why I've called him the next mega star. He's definitely my all-star. That is for sure. So please do whatever you can and keep an eye this weekend. Super match. Milo versus Auden. Did you know that Milo's a drink here in Australia?
Really? Oh, it's a chocolate milk thing, right?
Yeah.
I had it.
So it's really nice. It's really nice. Gives you energy. Not sort of energy that you guys have, but it's going from there. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Auden. And if we can we all give a big thanks to him? And if you're addicted to Auden, this Friday, is it Friday night? You're going on Uncle John's show?
Yep, Friday at 9.
Friday night. I'll be live with Dave Chafee. Then after that, we're all going to roll over and watch the young man again on Uncle John's show.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. I'm 7 o'clock with Devon, with Dave Chafee, which is good because Uncle John and I are buddies. You know, we talk every day, so we didn't want to run on the same time. That's why I was devastated. We did a show yesterday, and I was like, hey, John, you wouldn't believe it. So said, Auden's going to come on the show tomorrow. And he just looked at me and he went, he goes, I've got him coming on Friday.
You beat him to it.
Hey, mate, that's what the exclusive's happening. But, everyone's saying bye. Thanks, guys. We're going to hop off the show. Go support Auden. He's a dead set legend, that's for sure. Auden, you want to end the show?
Yeah. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay massive.
Give us your best ready bang.
Ready, bang!
Yeah.